and the sun drips down very heavy behind, the front of your dress all shadow and light, and the groaning engine throbs in time with your beating heart. Hey, hello, good evening. How are you, everyone? It's good to see you. It is good to be seen by you. Of course, I am your host, Bill Sylvie, aka the Dungeon Delver. Welcome to Monday. Welcome to our live stream. Welcome to the 30 people who have subscribed since last week. 30 people. That's huge. No, I think it's 31. I do believe it's 31. That is awesome. Welcome to you all. Welcome to the show, the live stream. This is the thing we do. This is what we do. 5 nights a week, I bring you guys some classic RPG chatter, and I try to make it fun. I try to make it fun, and I try to make it informative, and I try to bring RPG news to you guys as situations occur that are of interest to our hobby. And there's something I want to share with you guys right now. Now, this is the last bit of information that I have about this situation. So let me see if I can get this up here. Hopefully I can share a window with you guys. Let's see. Present. It takes a lot of clicks to do this, so I apologize. And I'm going to go ahead and put this up here. As many of you know, as many of you are probably aware, Ernie Gygax is in extremely critical condition, or at least he was the last time that I heard. For those of you who maybe you don't know who Ernie is, he's Ernest Gary Gygax Jr. He is Gary's first son. And, you know, I won't be so bold, I won't go so far as to say that oh yeah, Ernie is a good friend of mine or anything like that. I have met Ernie a few times, and I've always found him to be an extremely friendly fellow at Lake Geneva Gaming Convention, at GaryCon. The brief interactions I've had with him over social media, but he is in dire health right now. And I will share I will share the news that I got now. This is from a Facebook. This is a public Facebook post. I shared this over on Twitter. Also, so if you're not aware of this, please, Windows, please stop. Let me just put this up on Still Store here, and I'll read it to you guys. Greetings, Kabuki. Good to see you. So this is from Heidi Gygax. Heidi and her husband Eric Garland have both been on this show before. But let me just read this to you. I haven't posted any updates out of respect for my brother Ernie's request for privacy last week, but some information is leaking out, and so many may want to know how he is doing. Ernie went home from his last hospital stay on Friday, and Donna has been caring for him day and night. He was able to spend his birthday on Saturday at home. I spoke with him yesterday morning via video chat, and while he wasn't quite himself, he was talking, and we had a nice but brief chat. Yesterday evening, he became unresponsive and was taken in an ambulance to a local hospital where few hours later, they flew him up to UW-Madison Hospital. Ernie isn't doing well. His heart failure is advanced. His kidneys have shut down, and he is on a respirator. He's pulled out of some tough situations before, so I have hope. If you are one who prays, please send a few his way. And then there is an update a short time later. Thank you for all the love and prayers. Alex, Elsie, and Donna are up there now, and our sister Cindy is on her way. Alex put me on speaker so I could talk to Ernie, and he replied, but I could not make out what he's saying due to the respirator, but he is conscious and knows we are all pulling for him. So that is the probably, in my humble opinion, the most important RPG news that there is to share with you guys. And I know, I try and bring you folks salient things that I think are fun and informative and du jour. But look, whether you regard Ernie's contributions to this hobby as great or small, it matters little. Because he's a person. He's a person who's close to the things that we love. He's the firstborn son of E. Gary Gygax. He carries the Gygax name. By all accounts, all the people in recent years who met him have found him to be a friendly, gregarious fellow who's more than willing to hold forth on any number of subjects that pertain to his father, to the hobby, to gaming in general. So, Ernie, we're all pulling for you, man. All of us are. And so yeah, and the whole Gygax family, all right, everyone up there, let's remember this isn't just a guy who was the son of the guy who invented Dungeons and Dragons. This is a man with a family. This is a man with loved ones. He's no different from, the nice old man who cuts his yard on Saturday and stops by to say how you're doing when you're out walking your dog in the evening. All right, let's keep that in mind. And if you are in contact with any of the Gygaxes on social media and you throw out a message to them, let's remember they might not be able to get back to you as quickly as they might. I did message Heidi earlier today, and I got a little heart emote back from her. I don't expect anything else, and neither should any of you. When we know something, we'll know something. So that came out a little harsher than I meant it to, but I think we're all on the same sheet of music, and we're just wishing for the best, praying for the best for Ernie. If prayers are your jam, then pray. Otherwise, keep the night watch. Sit and hope. But I think one thing that Ernie would want us to do, aside of something like that, preparing the life ray, is to keep talking about the things that we love. I think that's unquestionable. And so, and by the way, welcome Spine Ticks. Welcome. I did see you sneak in there. So if you're one of those 31 people who've subscribed since last week, well, let me just kind of tell you a little bit about what we do here. This is a 5-night a week, for the most part, live stream about classic role-playing games, with a particular focus on original and first edition advanced Dungeons and Dragons. Monday nights, we just kind of talk about the week behind and the week ahead. Any RPG news I can get out there, we share. And, sometimes we have mail like we do tonight. We're going to get to some mail. And I've started a new thing. It's the Dungeon Diorama. And I'm going to share that with you guys. These are some lovelies. The majority of these were painted by my wife, and I'll point out which ones weren't. And the scene that we have today, or tonight, I should say, the scene that we have tonight, autofocus is not doing its thing, unfortunately. We have a lovely drow priestess in the foreground, painted by my wife, perhaps Loth herself. It's that good looking. The camera doesn't do it justice. A pair of bugbears and a minotaur squaring off against a half-elven, we'll say she is a half-elven thief, a dual-classed human fighter magic user off in the background, and a half-elven bard in the far right foreground. So again, all of these were painted. The minotaur in the far back is actually a Warhammer Fantasy Battles minotaur. He is the first miniature that my wife ever painted. She did a great job, but it's horrible paints that we used. But I refuse to strip him because I think he's lovely. The two bugbears, I think, are grenadier bugbears, but don't quote me on that. I bought them in a set of miniatures once upon a time. The rest of the miniatures are all Reaper. And of course, they're sitting in a lovely Dwarven Forge display, with the exception of the wizard in blue in the far back there. Excuse me, the magic user fighter, human dual class. The Reaper minis there in the foreground are all painted by my wife. So that is the weekly diorama. Spine says, Zachary, the best way to remove paint from a plastic mini, if you haven't sealed it, the best way is concentrated simple green. It will not harm the plastic at all. I have left plastic in simple green for years, literally years, forgotten about. Paint, if it's not sealed, will simply float off of the minis. A little bit of work with a soft toothbrush will also help. Let's see. Love the Robotech and comic book stuff in my background. Thank you, Spine Ticks. Thank you. I would love to, L, but they are glued to 20 millimeter solid GW bases, and I don't intend to pry them off. But anyway, so let me come back to the studio view. There we go. Now, let's see. I actually made notes tonight. I thought if I made some show notes, that would help you guys. Now, I did get a little out of order, but that's okay. That's okay. I want to update those of you who support the show on Patreon at the $10 level and on YouTube at the $10 level on the module status. I'd hoped to have it done this afternoon. That didn't happen. It will be finished tomorrow. Layout is a killer. You know, I put the thing in my layout template and I'm like, this page looks awesome. And I scroll down and I'm like, looks like the characters were put on the page with a shotgun. So I tweak things. This page looks fine. The third page might need some adjustments, so I make the third page adjustments and I scroll all the way back to the top, and the top page looks like the characters are put on with a shotgun. So I'm fighting. Well, the wizard is mine. Now, Chris, give credit where credit is due. The wizard is mine. But anyway, I'm using Microsoft Word, Kabuki. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. Speaking of modules, I am currently at 1,998 followers on Twitter. In addition to the module that I have offered. Oh, and by the way, let me explain what I'm talking about when I say that module. Let me back up a little bit. if you become a YouTube subscriber, or if you support the show on Patreon, the Patreon link is in the crawl underneath. Every month at the $10 or up supporter level, you will receive a free first edition advanced Dungeons and Dragons mini module. And by mini, I mean maybe a couple, possibly 3 pages long. But it is a complete module. You can slot it into any campaign. I may let slip Greyhawk every now and again, but I'll try to keep it as generic as I can. Yes, I will continue to call it Twitter. I will call it Twitter until the service ceases to exist, and then I'll refer to it as Twitter in the background. I mean, it's why. Okay, so let's talk about branding for a second in Twitter, and then I'll get on to modules. I have notes, and you guys are distracting me. That's a good job. But anyway, I call myself the Dungeon Delver because it was the name that was available. I wanted to call myself the Dungeon Master because the only contact that people could have with me was via Hotmail. See, I established myself as an AD&D presence on the internet in 1999. And consequently, when I went to Hotmail, my go-to email provider, I said, this is easy. I'm going to set up an account just to get fan mail. The Dungeon Master at Hotmail. The Dungeon Master's taken. Dungeon Master at Hotmail. Dungeon Master's taken. The _ and so it went into the night until I gave up and accepted the Dungeon Delver, and that is what I became on the internet. The Dungeon Delver at hotmail.com. And then I set up my website, The Delver's Dungeon. The Delver's Dungeon. I haven't seen it, Death Angels. I have heard about it, but I haven't seen it. Now, I could call myself the Dungeon Master, but I have 25 years of branding as the Dungeon Delver. So you're stuck with the Dungeon Delver. But back to Twitter. At 2,000 subscribers, I will offer for a limited time, I haven't decided how limited, a PDF for sale. For sale. Don't worry, subscribers. Don't worry, Patreons. I'm not charging you guys and then going and giving stuff away. For sale, when I hit 2,000 followers on Twitter, I will offer a special commemorative adventure module for advanced Dungeons and Dragons. It will be $10. And you shoot it to me via PayPal, I shoot you the PDF right back in email. And that's how we'll do it. So, a special commemorative module, and I hope you guys will jump into that. But if you don't, that I understand. You're getting your modules every month, right? These people might not be subscribed. They might just get the one and then be like, I want that. I want more of that. And then, they'll come along. So, Elle says Dragon Slayer is pointless, waste of money. You already have clones of BX and Winnie. I thought with the name Dragon Slayer that it was tied to the film, which I would gobble up, even if they just released a source book. Did I? Oh, hang on. Something scrolled off. Let me see. Did I ever email Dungeon Master at Gmail? No, I have never done that. This was Hotmail, mind you. This is not Gmail. This was Hotmail. I have to tell a funny story. A friend of mine on the internet, he's an American expat and he lives in Vietnam. He offered he put up ads, print like on a 3x5 card, ads in bars and stuff, as a dungeon master for hire. And he has gotten nothing but creepy pervos, men, all, never a woman, all men, asking him about his BDSM services. Oh my gosh. So anyway, that's kind of funny. Okay, now I want to mention, speaking of offers, some of you are new to the show, and the holidays are coming up. Now, I firmly believe when the holidays roll around, the easiest way to avoid holiday burnout is to treat yourself. It's to treat yourself to something nice. Don't you guys agree? Don't you think that's a good idea? This holiday season, why not treat yourself to a little beauty in the eye of the beholder? That's right. I'm bringing back the Beholder 3D prints. A limited run of 100, and these are going to be improved because I am going to make the eye stalks so that you will put them in. That's right. You'll attach the eye stalks yourself. They'll come on pegs in it. They'll be wrapped separately, and you'll glue them in to your beholders. So no chance of breakage. So for $35 each, a Tom Wham beholder, and what let me say this, a classic AD&D beholder. And I will put this up on camera, and hopefully you guys will be able to see this. So let me go over here. And I'm going to do this. That's entirely up to you, Cal. They will come with a base, but this little guy here does not have a base. So let me see. Let's go back over to the minis. And behold, that is a classic eye beast, is what I'm going to call it. Look at that smile. He wants to go home with you. Arr, arr, arr. Dungeon Minister, you want to hear something absolutely insane? I hate candy corn. I love candy pumpkins. They are exactly, precisely the same candies in different shapes. Candy corn, I don't like the taste of. Candy pumpkins, like Pac-Man or like a beholder. So these are 3D printed in resin. And the way that I'm going to do this, the way I'm going to do the prints, I haven't decided how I'm going to do them, Dungeon Minister. I may do them like that. I may do them so that you can decide which, or I may key them so that it looks exactly like, say, an illustration in a book that this is totally not one of. I know, right? It doesn't make any sense. I don't like candy corn. I love candy pumpkins. They're corn syrup. They're compressed corn syrup with yellow dye number 5 in varying quantities. That's all they are. Some xanthan gum. I can't explain it. It's like my kids. My kids love steak. If I say steaks for dinner, I'll have trample marks of me. I have to surprise them with a steak dinner. They won't eat hamburger. They'll eat spaghetti. But hamburgers? Let me make you a hamburger. No. Hail lobster unbreaded. Honey and starch. Okay, all that's. But anyway, so back to the Beholder minis. And I'll talk about this more as time goes on. It is a limited run of 100 Beholder minis. That's it. If you're the 101st person to order, I'm sorry. I don't start printing until the order is filled. So if I get 99 and nobody orders the 100th, well, you've just failed as a parent, Michael. I don't like Peeps either, north of the Rockies. You and me. I don't know, Michael. This is somehow your fault. I like white chocolate peanut butter cups. I mean, I like all peanut butter cups, except when they had that one that had like cracker stuff in it. Ew. Ew. I love peanut butter and jelly. Peanut butter and jelly is my go-to. Like if I'm hungry after this stream, because I ate brunch of reheated pizza at 11 o'clock this morning. I was up at 7 o'clock. I just like nothing. And then my daughter made herself 4 pieces of French toast. And I was drooling because my daughter makes superb French toast. Anyway, I'm getting horribly sidetracked. I made notes. So let's see. The Beholders, 100 are on offer, $35 a piece. Stalks you attach, and that's it. Not this pizza, L. Not that, trust me. Toasted in the oven on a pizza stone, I'm sorry, it's very good. I won't apologize for it. Hey, you know what? You guys know what? This weekend past, I got a really awesome shout out from people that I have only vaguely communicated with a little bit on social media, but for like 5 minutes on their podcast, they were gushing about me, and I was like embarrassed at how like nice they were about me. I don't know what kicked off the talk, but it was Nerd Cognito. I don't know if they have a YouTube channel. That's how terrible I am at keeping up with things. But this was on Spotify, and they're probably on Apple Podcasts too. But they mentioned it. Oh yeah, you're awesome. We gave you a shout out. I was like, oh, that's very nice of you. And I was like, I figured they say, oh, the Dungeon Delver, he's a cool guy, and then just go on. But it was like 5 minutes of adulation. It's like, So I feel it karmically necessary to put something back in the good karma bank. So go give them go check them out. Nerd Cognito. They're out there. They have a thing. If anyone knows the link, and you know what it is, you can send it to me. Are the Beholders getting numbered? If people want them numbered, I will put a number, because you're not just getting that, you're getting a little T-base to set them on. T-base 10. That's a little something for Doomsword. But you are I can absolutely number the bases. 666, the number of the base. Okay, so I'm not Bruce Dickinson. Anyway, so that was really, really awesome. Thank you, Nerd Cognito, for that shout out. And there's a shout out to you guys, because your adulation was entirely Death Angels. Yes, of course. Vaughn, did you see the mini? The eye stalks are tiny. I can't really do that. I mean, I suppose I could get a picture and throw in like an image, like this is what it will look like. Put your eye stalks like this if you want it to look like that. I may do triangular pegs so it's easier to align them if you want to do it that way. But anyway, Yes, north of the Rockies, up the irons. Yes. I was always more of a fan of 2 Minutes to Midnight. Fun bit of trivia: the last film appearance by the late great Graham Chapman, Python Graham Chapman, was in the video for Can I Play with Madness? He was the disapproving art teacher who snatches up a drawing that a student's doing. It's an Eddie incorporated in an ancient church drawing, and they're all supposed to be doing architectural drawings. And he walks up and snatches it and grabs a metal magazine and falls down in a catacomb underneath the church and has to use the magazine as a torch. You've seen the video. That is the late Graham Chapman. But anyhow, So yeah, big thanks to Nerdcognito for the shout out. You know who else gets a shout out tonight? Giant Slayer Games, because we have mail call. I'm a male. I'm going to call you. No, we have mail call, and I gotta move that because I'm so well prepared that my mail call stuff is all the way on the other side. So this comes to us from Giant Slayer Games, and this is absolutely beautiful. So Giant Slayer reached out to me on Twitter and said, hey, pick out one of these zines and we'll send you one. And I looked at them and they're all, God, they're so pretty. When you guys see this, you're going to be like, you got that for free? Not fair. This is so gorgeous. Look, I am a sucker for good cover art on a thing. And so I said, I want issue number 5 of Annals of the Grog Empire, autumn 2021. Because let me tell you something. If generally good-hearted but still driven by their instinct mermaids exist, I'm a dead man walking. You'll find me washed up on the shore, drowned, but with a smile on my face. And so I was drawn to this particular issue, issue number 5, and I'm gonna take it out, guys. But there is some absolutely amazing cover art on this. That's just to die for. I don't know what the contents of this are. We're gonna deep dive this at a later time. But it's got booby art on it. Boobies. Breast says. And if you wish to cancel me because I like titty art in my D&D sometimes, well, you know where the button is. So let me see. Come on. I'm trying to do this without destroying the contents of the shrink wrap, because it is shrink wrapped. It's very, very nicely put. I'm not going to use my teeth. Don't. The Riddle of Steel. Yes, I have a Conan sword letter opener. I thought it was over at my desk. You guys want to see a close-up of the letter opener? Let me know in the chat. There we go. What is the plastic to the magazine that was within it? So look at this. I'm going to bring this close into the camera, and we can all check this out together. No, this is not. Oh man, I'm skipping ahead. I'm looking at stuff. Ship combat for AD&D. Oh my gosh, this is so neat looking. Oh, they got me. By the way, ladies, if you like a little beefcake, there's some of that in there too. So let's all take a look here. And then on the back, full color wrapped cover, Annals of the Grog Empire. Obviously, it's still in print, still available. Flipping and Turning is, I guess, the name of the magazine. Publisher, Smoldering Dung Games. It's a component of the spell curse, I think, in first edition AD&D. That beautiful cover art is by Augusta Pryor, nicknamed Aggie. Matt, little callback to last Thursday. But there's all kinds of articles in here. There's an ad from Noble Knight, so you know they got stuff going on. There's a supplement tucked in here. Rules for ship combat in AD&D. I cannot wait to dive into this, and I thank you. I am just gushing so much. As I said, if beefcake's your thing, it's not just about the pretty girl on the cover. Let me see if I can get to it here. Yeah. Check it out. Equal opportunity. If you guys can see that. I look forward to looking through this with great relish, Giant Slayer. Thank you so much for this beautiful, gorgeous magazine. This is going to be just so much fun to get into. We're going to deep dive this. I'm going to see if I can get the PDF of this. I will get the PDF, even though this was given to me. I will get the PDF of this, and I will. We will deep dive it together. Anyway, I'm going to put this on the. I'm going to put this on the shelf of honor right over here. Now, who's asking me what about? Only for safe snacks, Cal. Okay, so this is Robotech RPG Tactics, which was donated to me by Volcano God. All the modules are all the mod builds are put together, which is kind of a shame because I'd like to put something together myself because you can do different poses, but that's okay. That's okay. Maybe I'll pick one up for myself. They actually go for pretty cheap these days. But it is the Robotech Tactics game that essentially destroyed Robotech at Palladium Games. And once again, Kevin Simbadea, whatever his name is, went down swinging at everyone, pointing his finger at everyone except Kevin. And the less we talk about that, the better we are. Terror Australis, by the way, is a fantastic supplement. Yeah, the Yowie. That is that is a great supplement. Min-May or Lisa? Oh, Lisa. Lisa every day of the week and twice on Sunday. What are you even talking about? Throw Min-May out an airlock after she's saved the fleet from the Zentradi. Here you go. Here's your special relaxation suite. Sorry, not a lot of patience for Min-May. Misa. That's right, Michael. Misa. Yeah, Kevin pointed anytime anything goes wrong at Palladium Games, it's a betrayal. It's a conspiracy. It's somebody else's fault. But to move on. So again, thank you to Giant Slayer Games that awesome thing. We're gonna dig into that. I've got a PDF. I've got a PDF only of a Central American, Mesoamerican themed OD&D supplement that I was sent, and I'm looking forward to doing something with that. No, Luther, I'm not. There is no Houndstooth podcast. Just real quick, for a couple of years running, we started out on Sunday mornings right after Saturday college football. We had myself, Boganora, John Henry, and when she could make the time for us, and I don't mean that in a negative way. She may wish to remain anonymous, so I'll just say we had a fantastic woman doing our stats. She was absolutely amazing doing our statistics works. She's forgotten more about football than I have ever known. She was marvelous, and Bo had to step back from the mic, so it was just down to us three, and I knew her schedule would be spotty. And then John Henry was like, I don't want to do this. So it was, I have the energy to do this show. I am going to push myself to do 2 shows, the 3D printing show and this show. I cannot do a college football all statistics show for a couple of hours a night, one night a week, and do a show about 3D printing and do an episode every week, and do this 5 nights a week, and possibly catch RPG news as it comes in, and I can share it with you guys. I can't. I'll wind up in an insane asylum. That's just it. I'm not Steve Harvey. You ever been at home like on the mornings and you're Steve Harvey and it's like the Steve Harvey show? Then it's like something else. Then it's then he's on Family Feud. It's like 3, just bam, bam, bam. I know he tapes them, but you kind of formulate this vision that he's running madly from studio to studio. So I can't I can't do that. But thank you for asking, Luther. I think you're one of 3 fans. We had one of 3 fans. That's another reason that I don't. Am I saying I'm not in an insane asylum? I am. But you guys, I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me. Kind of thing. So. Luther. Oh, anyway. Yes, Alabama played. They played exceptionally well, and you might say, well, they... Oh, my poor audience. I'm so sorry. Yes, Alabama played, and they won. That's it. End of story. I will share when it's rolling out. What will I share when it's rolling out? What will I share? I miss things. But anyhow, so there we are. Nah, it's fine down here. It's fine. I gotta tell you. I mean, you guys think Florida's crazy, and I've said this before. We have open book sunshine laws. Other states do too. Let me explain something to you. Look at the state of San Francisco or New York or Chicago. Take your pick. You'll hear very staid, very sterile statements. a man was arrested for causing a disturbance on this street, Pico and Olympic. And now put that guy in Florida. Florida man smokes 42 grams of amphetamine and beats somebody with a frozen tuna. Before police could tase him 62 times to subdue him, he removed all of his clothes and became extremely happy with himself. Oh, Florida, they're all crazy. It's the same thing. We have open books laws about what is reported, what can be reported to the police. I promise you, you can go to Queens in New York, pick a city block, and in 24 hours, more effed up stuff will happen in that one city block than will happen in the entire I-4 corridor of Florida in a week. I promise you. But you'll never hear about it because New York City doesn't have open book sunshine laws. Yeah, Jimmy Buffett passed away. The lead singer of Smash Mouth passed away today too, which was a shame. Oh yeah, I've heard Viking Hat's stories about his paramedic daughter talking about stuff that they've had to deal with. It is the same everywhere. That is correct, Michael. Bob Johnny just lost a tooth. Did he have any help? I'm sorry. I'm going to hell. Pray for me, Father. So one of his brothers just, oh! I know, Luther. You know what? Some assholes on Twitter like to trend James Earl Jones periodically, and it causes me to have heart failure every time it does. I don't want James Earl Jones to pass away. Would you guys like to see the Atlantean sword letter opener that I was waving around earlier? Do you guys want to see that? So we're kind of getting on. An open book law just allows standard crime reporting and police incident reporting full visibility, full transparency, unless it's an ongoing case where evidentiary matters can interfere. This is FUN. All right, you guys want to see the letter opener? For 1,000 years I have watched you, the gleam in the eye of Set. You guys have been waiting for that all night, haven't you? Who among you is afraid to face paradise? Yes, letter opener. All right. So here we go. This is the Atlantean sword letter opener. All set. I see what you did there, Jay. All right, so let's see. Let's go to Studio View 2. We're looking at the village. How nice. Can I put it, if I hold the sword in my hand, I don't know if the focus is going to be good enough on it. All right. Moving this down now, moving the camera down. I probably could have done that. There it is. Now, it does have a jeweled pommel. Little crystal marble stuck in the pommel there. do that. I should 3D print up a stone for it to sit in, or maybe a throne, just like go with a whole Atlantean throne thing just to hold this up, right? Now, this is Conan's father's sword. It's not the Atlantean sword. I guess we should be clear about that. Hey, guys, I stole this from the library. That's right. This used to belong to Conan the librarian. Crack me up. But you guys can rest assured, I'm paying for it. Apparently, my voice is deciding to break. Hey, Kennick, you want to go to the dance? You keep an idiot busy. See other side. Anyway, if you send me a package and it's in an envelope, now I won't attempt to use that on like heavy duty cardboard boxes with packing tape on them, because it is pewter. And flesh is definitely stronger than this. But if you send me an envelope, something in an envelope, I will open the envelope with this on the air. Every package. My sister got that for me for Christmas one year, and I love it. I love it. But anyway, so that is, yes, that is my letter opener. Now, to the week ahead. Again, if you're new here and you don't know how we roll around here, I can do one Arnie impression for you, by the way. Grom. There you go. That's it. I hope you got a thrill. Yeah, so do I, Kabuki. just typewritten piece of paper. Hi. If I didn't think I'd get in trouble for copyright violation, I'd have the Conan music playing in the background while I opened every one. But anyhow, but coming up this week, tomorrow night, if you're not aware of this, tomorrow night, we will play First Edition Advanced Dungeons & Dragons live right here on this show. Now, folks, this is not a scripted thing, okay? I don't sit down with a stable of voice actors prior to playing the game and discuss how each scene will progress. I have a Dungeon Master's Guide. I have a player's handbook. I have a monster manual. I have on-screen dice that are fun to watch roll for you guys. And we play First Edition Advanced Dungeons & Dragons live on this show, 2 hours a night, every Tuesday. Don't miss it. Wednesday nights, you're all in trouble then. Kyle is in control. We're hoping that we've gathered enough. We've brought in the sheaves. And Kyle will run some Conflict, the modern adventure game of combat, for us. Now, we come to Thursday night. Heidi Gygax and Eric Garland were slated to come on the show on Thursday night. For obvious reasons, that might not happen. In fact, I rather pray that it does happen. If they're here, then things are fairly normal, and Heidi and Eric will have gotten a chance to breathe for a few minutes and can talk about their upcoming project. Otherwise, we will welcome them with open arms at an appropriate time. If Heidi and Eric are not available, and again, we pray that they are, we'll find something fun to do. Maybe we'll start a deep dive of this gorgeous book. I want, does anyone know her? Can you connect us on Twitter if you know her? I mean, just let me know. Just let me know. But anyway, perhaps we can do that. Friday night. Oh yeah. No, the fun doesn't stop. It never stops around here. Friday night, we will be here with some Gamma World. We will be playing Gamma World. That's right. Your favorite post-apocalypse Reagan punk nightmare of the future, post-nuclear, biological, chemical, radioactive, nanotechnological, cybernetic apocalypse game. We will be playing it. And that is first edition also. So I'm looking forward to all this. Grandma World. That's right, Grandma World. What's that, Sonny? You're a mutant? Okay, dearie, would you like some ribbon candy? Hello, Todd. Hello. Good to see you, my friend. How are you? I hope you are doing well. Gamma World. Everything's fine, just the globe spins around much faster than it used to. Yes, Kabuki. And like you break off a chunk, you politely pry off a green chunk and a yellow chunk, thinking that, oh, okay, this will be lime and lemon. Both of them taste exactly the same, like linty sugar. And then you ask her if you can have a butter cookie, and she got that 2 foot across Danish butter cookies tin sitting next to the couch. Oh no, honey, that's full of grandma's needlepoint stuff, and it is, Now the moon pies I'd take, Kabuki. The moon pies in a minute. Yes, we do love Todd around these parts. You're awesome, dude. So that is the week ahead. I really hope Heidi and Eric can be here on Thursday. That's my hope for many, many different reasons. I mean, sure, guests on my show, a Gygax on my show, most certainly. Ernie was on my list of people to invite, and I hope that I can. I hope that I still can. I hope that he's up to having on the show. That in a week or so he can, we can talk about this in the past tense terms. Somebody told me, Elle, that they bought the factory, the company, I don't know who it is, but they sell basically failed nerds in their gift store, and it's like when the whole thing, the nerds candies just fuse together into one giant nerd, and they just put it in a jar and you can buy it, and it looks like a giant Dayglow booger, but I mean, it's a nerd, so it's delicious. But you can order them on their website, and somebody ordered one, and it literally came with a note that said, "Enjoy your diabetes." I don't know if that's true or not, but the heart that the actress who played Daenerys in Game of Thrones, that was gummy. That was all gummy, and it was covered with like a strawberry syrup for the blood. And they were like, now you just have to take a few bites out of it. And she went full method acting. And she was like, Yeah, about halfway through, my stomach was just like, nope, it's going back up. But she held it down till they called a cut, and she was like, it didn't taste good after a few bites. It's like, it just tasted like chemicals. God bless her. Bottle caps. Bottle caps is what they're called, Kenneck. And those are delicious too. I always hated it because I could never tell the difference between the grape soda ones and the root beer ones. The distinction between that faint purple and that faint brown, particularly at night when you're walking up and down the street going by the buzz of street lamps, was never easy to tell. So it's like you'd either get a tasty artificial grape flavor or a mouthful of disappointment. Yeah, the root beer ones were terrible. Lick'em sticks, anyone? Lick'em sticks? Some weirdos call it Fun Dip, but it's Lick'em sticks. That vanilla stick. Nips. Little wax cola bottles. Nips. Pepto-Bismol. Oh my goodness. Pop Rocks. There you go. Last year, I ordered some miniatures, like, I want to say in late September last year, from a UK company, and they sent me the miniatures. They got here in December, but it was so neat because I got fizzy candy. And look, one thing I'm going to say about English candies is they're not like, their balls are not being crushed by the corn concern in the United States. So these were actually made with sugar, and it was Pop Rocks, and then it was like a fizzy Zotz bomb kind of candy. So I got 2 fizzy candies, and they were quite good. I did kind of reviews of them. Unboxing candy, unboxing. Nickel Nips, yeah. Razzle's the candy that becomes a gum and sucks at both. It does. Who ran around with a big gum full of Big League Chew when you were a kid? Because that's what the package looked like. You know, hey kids, chewing tobacco's fun, but you can't get it yet. Why not start with this? And we'd all have a big pouch of it in our back pockets. Anymore, if I eat chocolate, I want it to be really good, right? Like, I won't just buy a Hershey's bar at the counter at 7-Eleven. I love a Terry's chocolate orange. If you don't know what a Terry's chocolate orange is, find out. They're freaking delicious. Anybody here ever have a box of Tic Tacs that lasted past an afternoon, particularly the orange ones? Oh, there was never another day of Tic Tacs. Them suckers was gone the next day. Yeah. Yeah, there's a Family Guy gag about the fruit stripe gum. Oh. No. I have a funny Tootsie Roll story. Chocolate, as everyone knows, is extremely bad for dogs. The bromines in it will cause heart problems in doggies. We had 2 Labradors, old ladies, and while I was away getting the kids from school, they ate Tootsie Rolls. And I was completely freaked out. I was ready to get the carbon stuff, you know, go buy a carbon water filter and shred it up and make them drink it, you know. And I'm completely freaked out, and I grab the bag on the back. Cocoa powder is literally the second or third to the last ingredient. There is so little. They're paraffin. There is more chocolate in a brown crayon than there is in Tootsie. I was just like, shit, I'll be fine. And they were. They were. But anyway, so we've kind of lost the plot, and we've moved on it. You know what? You know what was okay? I'm just going to say this. Everybody loves the meme. Everybody has a good laugh. How many licks does it take to get to the center of the Tootsie Roll? Pop. The world may never find out. I loved the candy. The chocolate flavor that would come out when you got the pop off was so off-putting. It's just like, why? Why would you do that? Why? But anyway, 1, 2, 3. So that's going to about do it for tonight. I want to thank Nerd Cognito for the shout out. I want to thank Giant Slayer Games for that beautiful, beautiful magazine that they gifted me with. I want to thank you guys all for being here tonight. Let's, prayers up for Ernie. Let's hope for the best for Ernie. And I do want to remind you guys, of course, that tonight's live stream is brought to you by our friends at Hellebarde Games. Hellebarde makes the kind of adventures that they'd like to play, whether it's for 5th edition, for Castles and Crusades, or for the OSR. Old School is in play at the table with Hellebarde Games, and you can check them out on their website at hellebardegames.com or find them on Drive-Thru RPG. If you're just stopping by, please click the subscribe button, click the bell icon for notifications to find out when we do fun stuff and when I do the short little interstitial videos that I think might be of interest to you guys. That said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. Like I said, we're hoping that Heidi and Eric are here on Thursday, because we're hoping that Ernie is okay. Positive vibes, laser focused, exactly. And until then, my friends, I love you all, and please keep your eyes out for the dreaded owl bears. Peace.
Have you seen my owl bear? Here's to all the weirdos everywhere in the woods and in the air. Have you seen my owl bear? Should I shave off all my hair? Bobs are all around. Some live in tunnels underground. Some are fat, some are rich, some are sleeping in a ditch. Can you ride a crooked horse without a saddle, way off course? Naked as a toad, all the way to Smoky Joe's. Have you seen the little creep driving fast in his little green Jeep? He smells like fish and brandy, but his rotten teeth look dandy. Take me to the show, I don't care if fast or slow. From action flicks to dancing dicks, just take me to the show.